Hi, and welcome to another Pick a Card Tarot reading. Today we are asking Spirit, how does your person think that you see them? Wow, what a tongue twister. And this has been such a journey so far, you guys. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me, either in this reading or by choosing to subscribe. I'm incredibly grateful. Wasn't at all what I was expecting, but I'm completely humbled. So please take your time to figure out which of these three piles you're most drawn to. Do your weird, wild, wonderful messages, I should say methods really, on picking a pile. And when you're sure on which pile you choose, click down below for the timestamps. So group one. I keep saying pile, but there's no piles. We're groups now. So group one, I have this amethyst crystal for you. It's quite dark. I protect it from the sun. So it is amethyst. It's just very dark amethyst. And then I have this opalite moonstone crystal for group two. I love this one so much. In group three, we have this tiger's eye crystal. It's not really a crystal. It's just a beautiful polished product of the earth, I guess, is another way of calling it. So when you know which pile is for you, group is for you, please click the timestamp below and join me in your reading. Thank you. Hi, group one. If you chose this amethyst crystal, then this is your reading. I'm laughing because this is the second time I've tried to film this. I am so tongue-tied at the moment. So the question we are asking Spirit is, how do they think you see them? And that is where I'm going to leave it, because when I tried to change it, I just got confused. So Spirit, how do they think group one sees them? How do they think group one sees them, Spirit? Ooh, scandalous. Those two want to be above each other, apparently. How do they think group one sees them? How do they think group one sees them? Oh, wow. Okay, I'm just going to push that out there. I usually like to leave it in frame, but these cards are huge. All right, this is a story. Can I get to that after, please? I need more for this section, Spirit. Thank you so much. And a clarifying card would be lovely. Wonderful. We got 4. My days. Spirit is chatty today, group 1. All right, so bottom deck energy is the King of Summer reversed. So they think that you see them as this devoted, warm-hearted, loving and faithful person. Now I fear this, okay? So this is what my intuition is telling me, that they haven't actually told you how they feel. They are very much in control of their emotions. Beneath the surface, they are this person, this warm-hearted, devoted, what does it say there? Loyal, loving, faithful. But the problem is they haven't told you that. Everything is hiding beneath the surface. So what I'm feeling is that this person thinks that you see them as rather flirtatious. This is the Knight of Cups. They are quite a romantic person. They're someone who drops hints, who has gestures, who's not necessarily subtle. It's just good fun. It's flirting. It's really good fun. They also think that the two of you have a good conversation between the two of you, if that makes sense. Like you flirt, but that you have a lot of good banter is what I'm hearing. That's a very Australian way of summarizing. But underneath that all, they think that you see them as someone who does hold a lot in, okay? Like I feel like it's really light on the surface, but there's still some sort of boundary up. With this 10 of Winter, I mean, they are a loyal person, okay, with this husky here, this Siberian husky. But there's this fear of being betrayed. There's this, this fear of, it's just shuddered. There's this fear of getting people close to you. In fact, they think that in many ways, for some of you, group 1, this romance, this flirting, this passion, it may have come to an end. So for some of you, you're seeing an end to a cycle here. And it could be because this person didn't really get to the core of how they are feeling with this King of Cups, like the emotions there. And in their perception, they are this person, but I just feel like they didn't get the chance to fully tell you. Now, Group 1, they think you see them as being quite patient, also lacking action. That's very obvious here. This Seven of Autumn is about investments and waiting for your fruits to grow, basically from seeds. It's a lot of waiting, it's a lot of patience. And I just feel as though for some of you, Group 1, you've been waiting a long time, and this person is very aware of that, but they think that you see them as being quite patient. They feel like you are happy to be in this energy because you are showing up here as the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Summer, the Swan, this feeling of connection here. There's a lot of emotion here. So despite this flirting, like, they think that you would wait for them because you see a lot of potential here and you recognize them as being your counterpart. But the way that I'm seeing these two is that they're actually facing away from each other. Like, and in the way that I was seeing them as well, this was like down like that. So it's like he's watching the swan, but the swan's like looking away. It's almost like the swan's sick of waiting. Like the swan's got their psychic ability as well. The Queen of Cups is a quite intuitive person, and they do have a lot to give, but I feel like you are feeling impatient here. Beneath that, we have the Page of Pentacles. So they are worried about making you wait. They're worried that you will not see the potential in their offer, and they're worried that you may... I just feel like you may move on. There's a couple of messages here, but I want to get some clarity. So Spirit, what do you mean? What is this page reversed here for? What is this page reversed for? Okay, my gosh. I asked one simple question and we get a whole story. Okay, so the page is reversed because one of you has been carrying this burden for way too long, okay? It's been energetically exhausting. You can't do this anymore. Yes, there is a soul connection here. There is this beautiful Two of Cups energy, but it's been like this for so long. It hasn't progressed. There's this feeling of compromise. There's this feeling of friendship and this mutual agreement, but I just feel like it needs to blossom, and it hasn't quite blossomed into this Six of Cups energy. It hasn't quite developed. It's almost like the potential was there, and again I'm seeing this moon, this need to release emotions, and there's fears, and there's just like, it just needs to happen, if that makes sense. It feels like the opportunity was there, but it's like the page is reversed because the message hasn't actually come. With this Ace of Winter, the truth hasn't come yet. This clarity is yet to be offered. And for the moment, you're having to exercise a lot of strength. And the Strength card is also about patience. It's also about compassion and understanding and acceptance. So I just feel like you've been waiting for so long with this Three of Spring reverse, the sea turtle energy that's been so slow moving. Oh my gosh, it's a little bit frustrating, but at the core of it, the two of you believe this is a divine connection. And for this card to come out, they think that you see them as your divine counterpart, which is why you showed up as this Queen of Cups and they were the King of Cups. But I feel like you've been carrying this for so long. So they think that you see them as someone who has a lot of change at the moment, who has to go out into the world to gain life experience. This is the Tower card, though. This card talks about literally shaping, restructuring your world in order to, like, tearing down illusions. Your person just gives me this energy that in their head, they have to go through a lot more life experience before they can be with you. And they think that you see them as someone who is currently rebuilding their life, who is currently trying to become this King of Pentacles character, someone who has something more to offer. They feel like they can't offer you anything. Now, Spirit wants you to know that your investments in this dream, this connection, will be rewarded, but if this is something you want, you will have to have a lot of patience with this person. This person's got a whole journey to go through. Oh my goodness. Wowzers. All right, so we have the Eight of Spring here. So they think that you see them as this busy working bee, this person who has a lot of stuff to do and a lot of things to see. Now, they also wonder if they stick out of the crowd for you, because there's this wonder of, like, the day-to-day business goes so fast. They kind of wonder if you see them as being an individual sometimes, like maybe it's just too uniform. I don't know. They kind of want to spice up the energy, if that makes sense. This is a fast moving card, and the imagery on this card doesn't always serve the meaning, in my opinion, because yes, bees do move quickly and they're quite busy and they can be fast moving, but they also work in a team and they work cohesively. And this person feels like a bit of a lone wolf, and it's almost like they want to work on this energy with you together, and they see you as someone that wants to work on this with them. They wonder if you see them as being unique, though. They think that you think, this is getting so confusing, group one. Okay, so they think that you see them as someone who has it all under control, as someone who is very much in control of their reality. And despite this change, this situation they had to go through in order to rebuild themselves, they actually think that you see them as this dominant, creative, powerful person who is able to turn bad fortune into good. They also think that you see them as being quite protective, just dominant in general, quite assertive, and capable is what I'm hearing. Very capable. They actually value your opinion of them highly, and part of them is afraid that you see them anything less than that, to be honest. Like, this Two of Swords, there's a bit of fear there. They are personally having to exercise a lot of trust in this connection, because they're someone who values their image, um, and not too much in the eyes of others, but like for someone like you, they really value your opinion of them. And there is concern underneath all of this that you see them in another light, if that makes sense. But this is how they are choosing to believe how you see them. Oh my gosh, this is so confusing. This is what they are choosing to believe in terms of how you see them. So this is the story Spirit wanted to share. Spirit is saying there is some aspect of this relationship that you do need to release. There is some negativity that is weighing you down, and it's not your responsibility to carry it. It is safe for you to release that in order to move forward, because it wasn't keeping you in your power. You are showing up as the Empress, someone who does promote fertility and growth and abundance and this beautiful spring energy. I like to think of the Emperor and the Empress as like the Emperor burns stuff down in terms of the things that don't serve this world, and the Empress runs through with her beautiful dress with heaps of seeds and grows things from scratch again. So it's that's a really basic way of interpreting it, but the Empress promotes growth essentially and fertility, and she has a nurturing soul and the power to help others recognize that within themselves as well, not by helping them, but simply by being herself. Others feel inspired to be the same way by seeing the prosperity that she brings, if you will. So it feels as though you need to focus on that for you, and you need to release whatever else has been weighing you down with this Ten of Wands here. It's just been too much, because underneath that, there is a new opportunity to for emotional release is what I'm feeling more than anything. It's this opportunity to tell each other how you feel. And it doesn't promise anything, but it will be quite beautiful, if I do say so myself. And it's like a feeling of peace more than anything, because you've been carrying this for a while. You've been fighting this energetic struggle for a while, and you're worried about the honest intentions of your person. So it is really time to release that, and you are in a very attractive position. You are quite attractive to this person. You carry a lot of this, I'm just getting again creativity, this energy of growth as well. Spirit wants you to know that you're in the position to receive right now. With the way that you give, your energy is just very magnetic. You're in this position to receive. So You really just need to be mindful of your own energy rather than this person, because your justice will be granted in this situation. It feels like balance will be restored more than anything, but I'm also noticing those stars above this elephant. It's like this feeling of hope and faith and peace and guidance and clarity, like all summed up. That is the justice that will be served. Now, this Eight of Winter, Spirit wants you to be mindful of your perceptions in terms of your negative thinking and how many limits you put on your situation, because you are actually a lot more free than you believe you are. You have the ability to move forward in this, and Spirit doesn't want you to feel that you are limited. Spirit wants you to continue to progress and to continue to bound forward, is what I'm feeling. You need to trust your intuition primarily, though. I'm getting that a lot, honestly, in nearly every reading that I've done. This intuition business, Spirit is trying to guide us as individuals, and you really need to start paying attention to the advice and the things that you are experiencing as well, because there are a lot of messages in there, and Spirit really wants you to trust yourself primarily. It's almost like you already know the outcome for this situation. When this card comes up, it tells me like two things. One, that the person this reading is intended for is highly intuitive, and they may not be fully accepting their intuitive abilities. And two, based on that, that person may already know what they've come here to ask. You may already know the answers that you seek. This Nine of Winter business, I feel as though you're negatively isolating yourself with your thoughts, if that makes sense. There's this feeling that you've labeled yourself as being alone, lonely loner. I don't know why I had to say all three, but that's what it feels like, as though you've really limited yourself here, and you've painted yourself with this brush of sadness and despair, and maybe a little bit of just being alone, lonely loner. Spirit doesn't want you to dwell on that. You deserve more. And this person thinks so highly of you. So, what would they say then? What would they say? What would the Group 1's person say to them? If they could say anything to them, Spirit, what would they say? Tell me now. That's how they think that they see them. They would say that you are a beautiful light. You offer a lot of hope and inspiration. You are someone who has so many choices and options that they feel they need to fight for your attention. They do feel hurt by you, and they acknowledge that they may have hurt you in the past, but they want to move forward. They want to move beyond that. They have concerns about these choices and whether you will choose them. Your person, I'll see what this says first. Your person does feel pain from the past. I don't know if this happened mutually. I'm feeling that for some of you, they hurt you, and for others of you, they felt hurt by you. But I do feel like they want to move beyond that. They want to move forward. It's like, goodness, I need another card for that. Maybe. It's like they've always left this door open for you, but they haven't always been entirely sure about what you were going to do. In their mind, the door was always open, but they just didn't know if you would let them come back or if you would want to be back in the connection. This is the Eight of Cups, so I do feel like they miss you, but again, they're questioning whether you miss them and whether you want them. They think you are very beautiful. If you have been posting pictures of yourself anywhere, they've been watching, and they want you to know that you are so beautiful. And if anything, it has triggered feelings of self-worth. Like they kind of wonder, which is why they're in their King of Pentacles energy. They need to like build themselves up to be on your level, because they don't feel balanced right now. They feel an imbalance, and they really need the strength and courage to be able to move forward in this. I feel as though their ego has a little bit of a play in this situation, to be honest. They do lie awake thinking about you. This is the Four of Swords. I do have a couple of these, but there is a slight feeling of missed opportunity in here. I don't like to label the suits because Spirit kind of guides me to say what each card is. So for this, I'm feeling the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. There's a feeling, again, that you won't choose them, but also that they may have missed out on something, that you've moved on. Or what else would they say? They would ask you to wait. The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, they think that you would wait for them too. Bottom deck energy is I'm coming, trust. Wow. Powerful. Goodness. Is there anything else I can offer group? Oh, okay. Apparently there's something here. Group 1 spirit. Group 1 spirit, what can we offer them? We can offer you a reminding of your value. Spirit saying you're not fully aware of the opportunities being given to you right now. You are in this Empress energy, group 1. You're attracting a lot into your life. You need to, if this is something that you want, if you want to move forward in life, you need to accept what is coming in. I'm just feeling a lot of opportunity in general. But yeah, all tied up. You have a lot more choice and freedom than you think you do. This, in terms of numbers, comes down to 5 as well. So these challenges that you're going through, you will overcome them, okay? And a massive part of that comes down to positive thinking, the way that you view this situation, your perception of this situation. You will get through this. You have a lot of more freedom and choice than you think you do. Spirit wants you to know that you do have a lot of opportunity coming to you. You're in a very attractive position, but there's this feeling that you may miss out. And there's some sort of healing that you may need to do. In this connection in particular, if you want to move forward, you've got to heal some pain from the past, regardless of whether you'd like to move forward with this person or not. Just in general, it's time to release that energy. Anything else, Spirit? Holy. Hi. Okay. I might get one more, please, if that's okay. One more card would be marvelous. All right. So the bottom deck energy is the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, and this is the throat chakra. So communication. Spirit saying that when you communicate with this person in particular, you need to be very clear and you need to know exactly what you want to say, if that makes sense. You need to say your piece. It's very important that you speak with intent. Don't let your emotions get the better of you, because I think there are some things that you've needed to express for a while that you haven't. And my eye just got drawn to this again, the 9 of winter. If there is pain in this connection between the two of you that hasn't been resolved, and this person intends on coming back as if everything's grand and dandy, then by all means, you need to say your piece before you move forward. But Spirit wants you to know that hostilities are not going to serve you in this connection, okay? If anything, they are limiting your healing. They are limiting your growth, because that, accompanied with the heart chakra, Spirit wants you to heal in order to be open to new opportunities in general. There's this feeling that your heart chakra is a little bit damaged at the moment, just in terms of what you've been through and just maintaining that hope and positivity. I feel like you need to pay extra attention to your heart space and how that is impacting the decisions and your words and your actions, because there's this fear of being hurt again, and that's creating a barrier, not just against this person, but I feel like it does fall into other categories of your life as well. We have the 1st chakra, Archangel Michael, which is the root chakra, your base chakra. This feeling of starting from scratch, as if you've been uprooted and you're being tested here. You do have a lot of value in this, in the sense that I feel like you're not completely open to the potential right now in general. Spirit wants you to know that you have a lot of opportunities coming, and it's really important that you ground yourself and that you align yourself with your values and the person that you are, what you believe in, who you are, what you stand for, and what you believe in. Because I don't think you're in that space at the moment, and you are such a beautiful energy, group 1. Well, that is all I'm seeing for you, group 1. That was such a tongue twister of a title. How do they think you see them? I'm sending you lots of love and light on your journeys. Please continue to look after yourselves. And I hope to reconnect with you in future. Thank you. Hi, group 2, and welcome. If you chose this opalite moonstone sort of crystal, I call it opalite, but my workmate calls it a moonstone. It has a beautiful energy. It honestly just radiates energy, especially from that Scorpio full moon or new moon? It was a full moon. Yeah, that was wonderful. Anyway, what a tangent. Okay, so group 2, we are here today asking Spirit, how does your person think you see them? So I want to start with these cards. They're not the friendliest cards to use because they are so huge, but Spirit has a lot to say, and these cards are really helping with their imagery. So Spirit, group 2, how does their person think that they see them? Goodness, that was very quick. I wasn't anticipating that. All right, I think this is going to be a quick fire round. All right, so your person thinks that you see them as being less fortunate than you. They think that you're too... Okay, so no, sorry. Don't get confused here. They think that you see them as being too concerned over money or other things, and that they've put themselves at a distance from you. With this 5 of Pentacles, this 5 of Autumn, it's almost like you see them as being like just flowy in the water, and they're kind of moving but nowhere in particular, and they're feeling as though they're left out in the cold from you. They honestly think that you don't see them in the best perspective. If anything, they think that... See, I'm a little bit confused here, because they think you think less of them, but they also think that you believe there will be a new opportunity coming, and that there will be a chance for a fresh perspective and something more. So bizarre. Spirit, what do you mean by this card? Apparently there's a rebirth coming up between the two of you. You may have something booked in where you're going to see each other. It feels like there was definitely... Oh gosh, that was random. Sorry, yawning, that's so rude. It feels like there was definitely a false start in the past with this Ace of Spring. It made them feel as though there were hostilities between the two of you, but also I think it put you in a position of choosing where your loyalties lie, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just looking at the way this white tiger's like fully cuddling their kin there, like it's just like... And then you have this manatee like trying to get in on the action, and it's like, no, you're not even on our level. Like, we live on the land, you live in the water. They're feeling very much outcasted. There was definitely a false start. Wow, that was rude. Big slam. There was definitely a false start in the past, and I think that from their opinion, you have a negative opinion of them. From their point of view, I should say, you have a negative opinion of them. And they feel as though you're seeing something. You're finally seeing something that you weren't seeing in the past. And it's terrifying them, if I'm honest. But, okay, so for some of you, that's what you needed to see in their opinion. Like, finally, you're seeing the truth. You're finally seeing the truth, because now we can focus on coming together and this new beginning. So... This is a strange pile. Spirit, I need more. What's going on here? Why do they think like this? Oh my gosh, that is too much. Okay, so for many of you, they've put a lot of expectations on your future and on their happiness. They expect you to be the source of their happiness, or vice versa. There's this distorted perception that this person is your world. Wow. This person thinks that you are each other's worlds, and it's almost to the point where it feels codependent, but they have put their whole future on you with this 4 of Spring. That's what they want. They want you to be so comfortable around each other. They want you to have balance and harmony, and they want love between the two of you. They want you to see them as this person who can provide for you, who can offer you nurturing and loving and this protectiveness and this confidence. And I just feel like they're coming from a softer energy, and they feel like you're so assertive. A lot of the masculines seem to be doubting themselves lately, I've noticed. Normally I'm reading the masculine energies and they're really brute and they're really doubting themselves. And again, I don't like to pick up on genders, but it feels like this person is just like very soft-natured. Like, they're quite in their feels, if you don't mind me saying. But their feels is like what their aspirations are, if that makes sense. Like, they're quite a grounded person. They're quite a practical person. They crave unity with you. And in their opinion, This is something that you want as well. But they do feel like they're on the outside looking in again. Look how this one's facing forward and the others are facing the other way. Like, they almost wonder if you see them. Like, do you even see me waiting here for you? This person may be getting advice about this situation from other people as well. But regardless of like what is happening right now, more than anything, it just feels like they need more wisdom. They need more knowledge on this situation. Because the devil, yes, I was picking up on that. It feels a bit codependent, group 2, I'm not going to lie. What I'm picking up on is this idea that you've placed both of your happinesses, if that's even a way of saying it, you've both placed your happiness on each other. And there's this obligation feeling, like this responsibility to feel like you need to support the other person's emotions. And I'm a little bit worried. I do think you'll be successful in this connection, but you need to balance your energy first. You really do need to balance your energy. So what else? How else do they think that group 2 sees them? Okay, so this is what they're worried about. The 7 of Winter. They worry that you see them as being deceitful. Like they're saying one thing to you, but they're doing the complete opposite, which reminds me of this beautiful bird. We have these all throughout Australia, magpies. So magpies, and it's nothing against them, but what I'm feeling is that like they'll say something and then they'll do something the complete opposite. And that's what they're worried about, that you don't see the real them. With this awakening card, they're like trying to change your perspective of them. They're trying to help you realize what you still have together. With this 5 of Cups, this card talks about overcoming loss. They want you to realize what you still have together because they are very much fixed. I swear to God, if that motorcycle. Oh, it's so annoying. Thank you, Jesus, it stopped. So they are worried because they are very much fixed on you. Group 2, they're stuck on you. You are the object of their desire. And I don't like to objectify anybody, but that is what came through just then. You are their inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, wise person who inspires them to be more. Because the energy I was getting up until now was that they were very much in their more feminine side and they were lacking the assertive nature and they were lacking control. And it's like you inspire them to step into this role, to assume leadership, to take control, to blaze a trail and start something fresh and to be passionate. You inspire them to do all of those things. With this Princess of Cups, I feel as though they may need to be very timid when they come towards you next. I'm just picturing this deer. Like most of us know how scared deers get. In terms of how easily spooked they can be, depending on where you live in the world. Some deers run rampant through towns, but the deers that I know, not that I know a lot of deers, but I'm just feeling as though they're quite hesitant. They don't want to spook you. They may need to apologize to you. That's what the Page of Cups can represent as well. But more than anything, it's just this feeling that they need to tread water carefully and step towards you carefully. Yeah, definitely inexperienced. Goodness me. They may choose to start this off as more of a platonic friendship, or they may just randomly reach out and be like, I can't stop thinking about you, oh my gosh, because the pages do carry messages as well, but it's inexperienced. It's not very well. It reminds me of that saying, don't shoot the messenger, you know? And the bottom deck energy is the 9 of Swords. So for some of you, you were waiting for this. For others of you, you're not waiting for this at all, and this is not at all what you want. But Spirit wants you to know that your worries and your fears are not real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative. So it is time, regardless of what you want with this person, it is time to let go and stop focusing on the negatives, on the fear aspects of this situation. So, wow, what a complicated, slightly delusional way of thinking. Now, I want to move forward. Group 2, what would their person say to them if they were here? What would Group 2's person say to them if they were here? I think we should slow down. Did you see the way that card just fell as well? Like, I'm just getting images of that bloody manatee again, like just sort of moving slowly. Oh, I think we should slow down. Goodness me, this is the Seven of Pentacles. How slow can you go? It feels like they don't know what else to do in terms of investing in this connection. Like, I just get this strong, shivers again. I get this strong feeling that they've just done all that they possibly can for now, and they're just waiting for the opportunity, that Ace of Wands, that Ace of Pentacles. Any day now, they'll get that fresh perspective of me, but they're not physically doing anything to change that. We have the Devil again. I am obsessed with your body. And again, this isn't always bad energy, but it just feels like they're placing all of their happiness on you. And that can be a very compromising position to be in. You can feel limited. So what else would they say? Sometimes I wonder if you even care. This is the Scorpio card, the Death card, lucky number 13. It talks about endings. It also talks about new beginnings. So some of you were really happy to let this connection go. Others of you reluctantly let it go, but chose not to focus on it anymore. Some of you have had fears as to whether or not this would happen again, or whether it would be able to happen again. I just feel like your person's in a very similar boat. They hold a lot of fears. They need to let go of their fears because they're actually putting unrealistic expectations on this connection, and they're focusing on the physical. They really miss you. If they haven't had you in this way yet, that's something that they do think about a lot. They're actually trying to distract themselves with pleasures of the flesh as well. Now, I'm not saying that they're out there having relations with everybody, but it does feel like they're trying to distract themselves with work or with their hobbies or with drinking, low vibrational stuff as well. They might just be literally doing anything to pass the time, because it does feel like they have a lot of time on their hands. And we have "you are wrong," but it was reversed. So I just feel like this person is in denial. Honestly, I don't know if you do want a fresh start with this person, but there is some truth that they need to face within themselves in order to move forward with you. And it has a lot to do with fear. There is confusion in this connection. If you weren't confused before, I'm certainly confused tapping into this energy. But the Seven of Cups tells me that they do think about you a lot. They fantasize about you a lot. They daydream about you a lot. It's a lot of sexual energy. We know that. But more than anything, it's just confusion. It's this feeling of being faced with choices and challenges, but not necessarily believing that you can overcome it or believing that there is a way out. This person feels as though they're very stuck. Anything else, Spirit? Again, waiting energy. Wait. They're asking you to wait for them. Well, okay, but like, what are they going to do? Gossip only hurts more. They're not going to do anything, but they will be asking people about you. They will be watching you on social media. Are they actually going to do anything, though? Like, what are they going to do, Spirit? What are they going to... I do have another pile for this, but another video reading for this, but I'm curious now. What are they going to actually do, though? We have... Oh my God. This person is so annoying. Look at the card that came out. The question I was asking was, what are they going to do? I would do anything for you. Like... Okay, but put your money where your mouth is. Like, what are you actually going to do? That's a devotion. This is somebody who does see themselves as the King of Cups. They see themselves as being very devoted. But, like, where is the action? What are you going to do? They're saying that they're ready. Okay, so what are you going to do? What does this leap of faith mean to you? Do you actually trust this connection? Yeah, they do. They trust their feelings. They want the opportunity to express how they feel, group 2. That's what they're waiting for. If there is distance, time, or literally anything in between you, they're waiting for the opportunity to tell you how they feel. And again, I've said this in a couple of readings now, the aces don't promise anything, but they are opportunities. They are new opportunities. They want the opportunity to tell you how they feel. They think they're ready to. Okay, but now is not the time. Timing is the biggest obstacle in this group. What else would they say to group 2, please? I just wish things were different. Wow, that is a very frustrated energy. Oh my God, I felt that in my soul. The Seven of Wands. They've been fighting for this for a while. They've been really pulling at your energy, group 2. If there's a reason that if you have not been able to stop thinking about this person, there is a reason why they haven't been able to stop thinking about you. They think about you a lot, group 2. They really just wish for everything. They fantasize, they daydream. They just wish things were different. It's like timing was your biggest obstacle here. The bottom deck energy is they are waiting for you. They do feel it, and they want the opportunity to express that. Why do I have so many motorcyclists that live around me? All right, so which one? This one, I think. So Spirit, how do they... All right, you know what? No, I need to get messages from Spirit. Spirit was like, no, you're not going to go back there. We know how they think that you see them. It's time for Spirit to offer some advice. So what should Group 2 do? What should they do, Spirit? What should Group 2 do? Don't be complacent. Don't put your life on hold for this person. If you have hopes, dreams, and aspirations, you go for them. Don't let this limit your success, okay? You are allowed to invest your energy elsewhere, and you can be victorious elsewhere. I feel as though you have other things that you could be doing, and you've put a lot of energy into this person. There are other things coming towards you with this partnerships and alliances card. This has some big potential here, Group 2. I'm feeling like long-term investments, like the ability to grow something big, potential. It could have to do with your work, but it just feels like you shouldn't be stagnant, okay? There is a way that you can leave, I don't know why I keep saying this today. There is a way that you can leave a light on for this person if you do want this connection, but Spirit's asking you not to be complacent. Don't limit your potential and keep moving forward. Don't settle for less. With this 3 of Cups reverse, you're allowed to have fun, but don't settle for less, okay? You deserve more. With this Triumph card reversed, I feel like you guys aren't fully embracing the sheer willpower and determination that you have. This is a decision that you must make. This is the Chariot card, and it's about getting in control of focusing your desires. Like, what do you want to do? There's a choice. You need to be able to move forward here, but I do feel like you have a decision to make here. What else, Spirit? What else would you like to share with Group 2? We have movement, choices, and decisions. The 2 of Pentacles. Spirit is asking you to simplify your daily routine, okay? You may have the tendency to take on too much. Group 2, this was the group with the St. Bernard dog. I feel like you've been overburdening yourself with the energy in this connection. Spirit is asking you to really it's time to restructure, reorganize, and reprioritize, okay? Some of these choices aren't yours to make. Some of these decisions and actions you cannot control, and it's time to let them go. It's time to focus on what truly matters. Simplify your situation. Let go of anything that isn't serving you. And you also need to make room for this person in your life. If they are someone that you want, the opportunity is there. For some of you, it requires travel or distance. But for most of you, you need to make room in your life for this person if that is what you want. But regardless, you are carrying too much. You're juggling too much. It's time to let go of some of that stuff. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you'd like to share in your wisdom? Usually very chatty, but I think this is going to be a straight to the point reading. Holy, wow. Oh my gosh, I spoke too soon. We have another story to share. Spirit wants to say, free your mind, open your crown chakra. We're trying to connect with you. You aren't stuck. This choice isn't yours to make, actually. You have so many options and so many freedoms. You're limiting your potential. You're limiting your messages. You need to open yourself up. There's much more that is being said which you are not accepting and you're choosing to ignore. There is a lot coming for you, and in terms of potential and growth and opportunities, and you need to be open to receive if this is what you want. Spirit is asking you to choose your battles in terms of your energy. Stand your ground. Where are you investing your energy? Is some of it pointless? Is some of it not actually serving you? Perhaps it's time to move on from certain things, certain ideas, you're deceiving yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be authentic with this situation. Spirit is actually doing exactly what this person thought they were doing. Spirit's wanting to give you a fresh perspective, okay? Spirit wants you to take the masks off and see the situation for how it is. I don't know if this person's character is genuine, but Spirit seems to think that it doesn't matter. It's time to move forward. Like, if this person is coming back, they will convince you of the good intentions that they can offer in terms of the Six of Cups here. I feel as though their soul is very pure. Group 2. Sorry, Group 2. How rude. My camera just decided to stop. They are a pure soul. They are somebody who thinks quite highly of you, and they would like to think that you think highly of them too. But Spirit's saying that the clarity you seek may not be able to be delivered right now, and you have to make peace with the fact that there are going to be some unknowns for the moment. You're not going to get closure right now. In fact, I think you will get communication, but right now it's not going to be what you want or what you feel that you deserve. For the Ace of Swords to be reversed, I just feel like you're not going to get that opportunity for communication and clarity that you're craving. And more than anything, this Four of Cups, Spirit wants you to not get content here, okay? Don't feel as though you are stuck, because you're actually being offered the opportunity to move forward. And this person's asking you to wait, but Spirit's saying don't stagnate, okay? Don't feel limited because this person wants to offer you a cup. Like, I'm sorry, they're a beautiful person, but oh, excuse me, Group 2. I always get random hiccups. So the main thing that Spirit wants you to know is that you have opportunity all around you, and you should not be limiting your success. You have a lot of opportunity for growth. So Group 2, I hope that resonated. I'm always curious to know. I'm going to be more active on YouTube now. This past week I was doing personal readings, and I didn't have a lot of free time, so I'm trying to focus more on my free content, and I'm just really wanting to get to know you guys. You grew so quickly. Welcome, all 3,000 and something of you. I'm really happy that I could channel your energy today and offer any clarity or guidance. It's always a privilege. I wish you lots of love and light on your journey, and I hope to reconnect with you in the future. Thank you, Group 2. Bye. Hi, Group 3, and welcome. If you chose this Tiger's Eye rock, I don't want to say crystal, but this beautiful polished tiger's eye, then this is your reading. Group 3, today we are asking Spirit, how do they think you see them? I really tongue-twisted myself in the last 2 readings trying to get that out. So I want to know, okay, are we starting with this? No, Spirit's like, no, sweets, we're starting with this. All right, so how do they think that you see them, Spirit? How do they think that Group 3 sees them? Wow, upright or reversed? I'll get all the cards out and I'll tell you what I'm feeling. Oof. Gosh, I need to sage myself after this. Group 3, please. How are they? Nothing to do with you, Group 3. Sorry, that's so rude. Just in general. Your person's energy isn't that bad. I just really need to cleanse my body. All right. So that's so rude. Sorry, Group 3. How do they think that Group 3 sees them? Wow. Very aggressive energy. Goodness, lots of love in the air. Wow, welcome Group 3. I wonder if you guys always pick the same numbers, because the energy just like comes in like a whirlwind. And anyway, the bottom deck energy for today is the Princess of Summer. They think that you see them as being very afraid, very timid, very shy, very inexperienced, a bit awkward, a little bit cute, quite precious, but inexperienced nonetheless. Oh my gosh, this is just reminding me of like a deer caught in headlights. Like, they've had some awkward memories with you, Group 3. And at the bottom of this, it says you can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or close platonic friendship. So this person values you in their life. They think that you see them as someone who is overcoming loss. Someone who may, sorry, group 3, my camera is being strange. Someone who may have missed out on something in the past, someone who needs to move on is what I feel. You see them as someone who really takes their time with things, or they're not completely committed to certain things, or they say they're going to do things but they don't really follow through. There's this feeling of like wanting to do more, but for whatever reason they're not able to fulfill that duty, if that makes sense. So I'm feeling it on two ends. With this Prince of Autumn, it's like they either take too long to do something, or they say they're going to do it and they only half-ass it, if that makes sense. It feels like they just don't commit to the full plan, the full idea. But they do think that you see them beneath all of that as being warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. So they hold hopes, okay, that beneath this surface business here, that beneath all of that, you still have a special place in your heart for them, and that you acknowledge that they have a special place in their heart for you. They think that beneath all of this, you still see them as being a trustworthy person who is reliable and committed and loyal. Loyal is really coming through here. Two of Winter. Goodness. They think you see them as being unable to make a decision, being indecisive, the epitome of indecisiveness, literally just sitting back and waiting for spirit to intervene, balancing the two swords across the front and waiting for someone to either take one or tell him to drop them both. Oh my gosh. This is a funny person though. They are quite funny. Like I'm I just feel dad jokes. Like, you know, when you're exhausted but you laugh anyway and it's like, oh really? Like just silly. Silly. But they do feel like you see them as someone who can't make a decision, who has to stop and think and then do things, if that makes sense. Someone who must first have a really decent understanding of the situation before they act. They also think that you see them as being quite intuitive. I'm getting intuition here heavily, to be honest. We have the Queen of Cups down here, which I will get to, and then we have the Two of Swords, which talks about intuition, and we have the Lovers card, which is another intuitive card in my opinion. It talks about divine guidance and being guided by angels as well to make decisions. A lot of choices. You think this person has a decision to make. It's not choice. It's like they A or B. Which one? Just choose. Which one? What are you doing? You doubt how trustworthy they are, but they think that beneath the bottom of that, you still see them as being quite loyal. At the bottom of this, no, I'm sorry, I skipped a card. In the middle, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So they think that you see them as someone who is hardworking, who does put a lot of effort into things, who doesn't give up too easily, someone who is a little persistent but more patient than anything, okay? They're not intense, but they'll put in the work. In fact, they come across as being a little bit shy to get to know first. Again, going back to this energy here, quite shy. And I think they have been hurt in the past. I just saw the Three of Swords beneath here, so I feel as though they have been hurt and they're a little bit unsure of people in general. Like they don't really make very many close connections, and then when they do, it's like they invest a lot into those connections. So I just feel like your person is quite inexperienced, but only because they label themselves as being that way. They have a lot of healing to overcome, a lot of potential to understand. They're quite a giving person. There's this fear of being taken advantage of, so they do distract themselves at times with their work. Maybe they put this situation with you on hold because they just wanted to understand themselves better, or they just wanted to take their time with this, and they've been working instead. I do feel like they are quite loyal, okay? If there was any concerns, what I'm seeing is that they are quite loyal. At the bottom here, we have romance. Goodness. So maybe the decision they need to make is how to move forward, all right? Because we're graduating now. We're graduating from the page. We have the king buried beneath here. He's not quite there yet. The emotions are there, but he doesn't know how to control them. And we're graduating to the knight, the prince of summer. So I do feel like this decision is about moving forward in this connection and how to express himself in terms of his feelings and the way that he feels about you in general. But I just feel like he needs to share what he's feeling in general, full stop. This card talks about romance, it talks about flirting, it talks about being kind to one another, sort of getting to know each other slowly. But I do feel romance and flirting and just a lot of playful energy, stepping away from the idea that you're inexperienced and more just having fun with one another. Now, the Lovers card here, they think that you see them as a potential soulmate, if not a soulmate. They do believe that the two of you were guided into each other's lives. You may be mirrors of each other with the way that this flamingo is choosing to stand, but they believe that you see them as someone who follows their heart but lets their head slow them down, if that makes sense. It feels like they are such a caring person, but because of what happened to them in the past, they are reluctant to do anything based from just how they are feeling. They would rather think about it first and have a good think, a really long think, and then they will step forward and make a decision. The Lovers talks about a decision again as well. So we have the Queen of Summer, this beautiful swan. This has come up in every single reading. Literally, your person's, all of you, but especially in this reading, your person thinks that you see them as being reserved but still having feelings for you, okay? They've assumed that you have read their mind and you know exactly how they feel about you. So congratulations, Group 3. You are psychic and you have telepathy. Oh, this person is hilarious. But they have a very beautiful soul, okay? They have a really loving energy about them. Ah, goodness me. At the bottom of this, I'm just seeing be mindful. You don't ignore your own needs while caring for others. I think they're afraid of giving too much too soon, okay? That's what I'm feeling. It's like they met you as this deer and it was like, whoa, wait a minute, this is happening. And then they freaked out because it all came at once and they were like, shit, I need to figure out how to control this now. And I apologize for swearing. This was supposed to be a G-rated reading. But then that just exacerbates and all of a sudden they're like, okay, well now I need to show this person that I care about them, but how do I do that? And now, like, we're graduating to this queen energy and they're like, okay, now I need to really show the way that it's a beautiful progression. And I think that they are quite a patient person, and in a way that they understand that other people aren't as slow moving as them, but they would appreciate if their counterpart could understand where they're coming from, because I do feel pain in the background here. And they've moved on from that person. There's no animosity to that individual from their past, but the pain of being vulnerable is still quite real. Now, I just want to say we have another soulmate card. This is a Two of Summer card. Your person thinks that you do see this potential. However, following the theme of our journeys thus far, this card talks about friendship first, getting to know each other slowly and compromises, a lot of patience, just really getting to know each other and recognizing the love shared between the two of you, but not forcing it or molding it or pushing it to be anything else. Just taking time to build that strong friendship and allowing each other to be individuals, especially in the beginning. This person would really like time and space to feel safe to move forward in this connection. They terrify themselves with their own feelings. They literally just need to get over this past pain. With this 10 of Swords here, this 10 of Winter, at the bottom of this card says, the end of a career path, project or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy, sadness, relief, and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. They will get to this point, but they're still afraid that it's going to happen again. That's what I'm hearing. It's going to happen again. They're going to hurt me, just like what happened before. This is a card that can talk about betrayal. It can talk about really very real pain, okay? This isn't just a perception of pain. This is somebody who has experienced very real pain. There's a real reason to be afraid here, but I do feel like they will overcome it as long as this is what you want as well. If you want to be patient and understanding, they have the emotions there. They've actually scared themselves with how intense those emotions have come through so early, if that makes sense. Okay, so group 3, what would group 3's person say to them if they could speak to them right now? What would they say? Oh, I'm open to compromise. The 2 of Cups. What else would they say? They would say that they are waiting for you. Oh, wow. They would say that they've thought about a future with you. They've thought about starting a family with you or blending a family with you. I do feel like this is something they're still concerned about, though. We have, I think, no, you don't say. I think we should slow down. I hate the word patience. I do. I'm just currently in a very assertive energy. But listen, some people are worth waiting for. Spirit really strongly suggests that we don't put our energy on hold for anyone. We should always continue to work towards our aspirations and the things that motivate us to be the people that we are. But some people's souls are worth leaving the light on for, you know? We do have the 10 of Pentacles. You are my everything. My everything. Wow. Big energy. And I feel the fear behind those words, you guys. Like, it's scary for them to admit that. It's a lot. What's next? Time to ground yourself. So they are trying to ground themselves because they were completely uprooted. It's like you came into their life and they were like, oh my gosh, holy heck, this person is incredible, but they could literally destroy me. Like, there was no in between. It was just like, this person is incredible, but they could destroy me because I just already feel so much for them. So what else would they say? They would say that right now they are focusing on their happiness. They want to take things slow. I mean, we can't say that enough, can we? But also, this talks about the 3 of Cups energy. So being very playful, maybe getting to know each other over drinks for some of you. They may need that just to sort of buffer the fear, if that makes sense. Like, they have courage in this situation, but they're just a little bit nervous, to say the least. Holy heck, I'm feeling it now. My toes are literally like that. They are nervous. If you guys have a date planned, or if you were hoping to date this person, or maybe you have started dating this person, they are still quite nervous around you. But they really want to move forward with you, definitely. Absolutely. What else would they say, Spirit? We would say, no, my God, this person is hilarious. They would say, I don't want to lose you. The 4 of Pentacles, okay? They're going to get their stuff together because they really don't want to lose you. They want to move forward with you, not without you. And they don't want to limit themselves. They don't want to lose this opportunity with you. They realize that there are some things they've got to let go of in order to move forward, and they're going to put that work in, group 3. I really feel that they will. Oh, you've triggered something within them. Some sort of sexual energy. I have other videos for that, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. You make me want to do bad things. You have triggered this person in the best way. A lot of passion, strength, a little bit of ego, but mostly strength. They're quite a passionate person. I'm just feeling the compassion more than anything. This warmth, this beautiful warmth around them. Quite lovely energy. Spirit wants you to know that love is the answer, okay? They do have these beautiful feelings for you that they're developing, and they don't want to categorize them, but they do recognize them as being love, and they're just trying to figure out how to slowly move forward with you. They do worry that they've put you in a position where you feel compromised beyond your abilities, and they don't want to put unrealistic expectations on you. They really don't want to lose you, but I feel like this person is constantly going to be checking in with you, like, are you sure that's okay? Is this too much? Like, I'd rather just take it slow if that's okay. And it's nothing to do with you, but is that too much? Like, I think that would be a good person. They just don't want to lose you. They want to explore this with you. They want to explore this with you. The Seven of Wands. Again, I have videos that address this, but if you had concerns because of the slow moving nature of this person, if you had concerns that they did not think of you in that way, they really do. Group 3, they really do. They are exercising a lot of strength to hold back right now. It just feels like, yeah, they're really balancing that side of them. Wow. And they're a bit worried. It's not so much worried, they just don't like that they don't get to see you as often as they wish. So they acknowledge that they have asked for either some space or some understanding. Obviously, they really want to move slow, so they do acknowledge that they've put you in a compromising position where there's been a bit of uncertainty, or like that you've been uncertain of like what's going to happen, or you're just not really sure where you stand with this person. But this person feels like as soon as the two of you see each other, it's all going to be okay. That is your biggest obstacle, is that when you're not together, the doubt creeps in. And that's the only thing that's limiting the potential of this connection, really, in their opinion, in their humble opinion, is that when the two of you aren't together, there are doubts of how well you could be together. So Spirit wants you to know that you should think before you act in terms of moving forward. I don't know, I feel like you've got a lot to think about here, so I don't really want to dwell on this. It's your decision, as always. I only aim to offer you understanding and clarity, and it's really up to you how you want to move forward. But this person has a lot of feelings for you, and they have a lot to give you in terms of emotions and love. They hope that you will wait for them and be patient with them, but they really do need more time at this point in time. And they recognize your potential. They don't want to limit you. They feel like they've put you in a compromising position with that light card reversed. It's almost like they're worried that you may have lost hope on the situation, or that you may be feeling less than inspired in terms of the situation. There's concerns over how much hope you have. So, Mr. Spirit, I just labeled it. I don't like to label Spirit, but okay, Spirit. So, advice? Question mark. Not too much? Question mark. Can we like keep it to a couple of cards, please? Group 3, what do you have for advice for Group 3? Blossom. The truth is coming. Okay, trust your gut. I'm just drawn to this woman's lower abdomen. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. This has a lot of potential. Spirit's saying there's a lot of potential here. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time and energy, but you've been receiving intuitive information about this. Trust your third eye. Trust your deeper knowing, okay? The things that you can't see, but that you feel. There's an opportunity for the truth to be revealed, but it's going to happen slowly is what I feel. Like this blossoming business is going to take time. There's a lot of potential here though. Spirit, anything else you'd like to share with Group 3? Spirit's upset with me because I told them not to put all the cards out. Just a couple of cards, please, Spirit. Just a couple of cards. You don't need to go crazy all the time. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands reversed. Choose your battles. It is up to you. Okay, this card tells me that you are faced with a decision. Do you want to continue to invest energy in this connection? It is your choice. We let this person control this reading in terms of their perspectives, their opinions, what they want to share, but the choice is yours. Your energy is your energy. It's up to you. And you may decide that you're not really ready to come to a conclusion right now. I mean, this person's been putting you in a position of waiting, but what do you want? Do you need time to think about whether it's worth moving forward in this connection? These are 2 Wands cards, so I do feel like your energy, you've been carrying a lot, another Wands, but you will be successful regardless. So there's 2 messages here, Group 3. Spirit wants you to know that you will be successful in this connection, but you'll be successful in your life regardless of this connection, okay? You have so much potential, and you will be somebody's perfect balance. This person completely adores you, and they really want a future with you, but the choice is yours. You have so many options, and you don't need to choose right now, okay? You don't need to choose right now. For the Emperor to be reversed like this, if you feel like you need time because this person's been in control of a lot, then by all means, take your time. Figure out what you want. What do you need? Yeah, don't feel pressured into anything. So group 3, that is what I'm seeing for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. I hope this video offers you clarity. I'm always curious to know how it resonates, so by all means, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm sending you lots of love and light wherever you are, and please join me in my next video. Thank you, group 3. Bye!